In the season finale of Stardust Crusaders, Jotaro cracks a couple of teeth and our friends finally arrive in Egypt. This is a really bittersweet episode because it has some really cool action in it, some really awesome creativity that you always see from the series, but it ends right as they arrive in Egypt. This is the end of the first season of Stardust Crusaders, and they do reassure the viewer at the end of the credits that they're going to pick up again in January of 2015. So that's only a couple of months away, not too long a wait, and that's where they're finally going to start the Egypt arc. So, let's just talk about some of the highlights this week. The High Priestess is still giving Jotaro and his friends a tough time. After a scuba diving crash course thanks to Joseph Joestar, they finally decide to go out into the ocean, but the High Priestess actually took over Polnareff's breathing apparatus. And of course it's Polnareff, because he's just a great person to fuck with. So this High Priestess thing tries to go inside of his stomach and basically kill him from the inside. But Joseph and Kakyoin are able to use their stands to go inside of him, and they go right through his nostrils, and it's at that point of the series that you just gotta realize Polnareff cannot catch a break. It's worse enough that he already had to lick a toilet clean, but now he's having all of this shit constantly go inside of his body and fuck with him. It's absolutely hilarious, but they eventually do get the High Priestess out of his body, which turns into a friggin' spear gun. Luckily, Polnareff is pissed off and he's able to fight back against it, and they try to make a quick escape. That is until the High Priestess takes control of the seafloor and literally turns into this massive creepy face that literally looks like one of those creepy demon mountains out of Berserk. So it tries to swallow Jotaro and his friends and even tries to crunch down on Jotaro, but thanks to Star Platinum, he just knocks the crap out of the teeth and literally breaks every single one inside of the High Priestess's mouth. When I was watching this for the first time, I was just thinking, holy crap, that had to hurt like a motherfucker. And even when they actually go up to the stand user, they never show her in full because her face has just been destroyed from Jotaro's punches. And Polnareff tries to like walk over and see if she's okay, mostly to see if she's hot or not. And he's just freaked out. He's like, nope, don't go over there. Don't look at the crazy beat up bitch. And I just think that's funny because almost every other stand user we got to like see them in full. We didn't even get to see this girl at all. Her name was Rose, and that's really all I could tell you about her. Probably one of the most mysterious stand users of the entire series, who had a really powerful stand when you think about it. But she was a little overconfident. She felt that her teeth were as hard as diamond, but Star Platinum just plowed through all of that. So, our friends are in Egypt. It's time to go hunt down Dio. So they actually go to this Egyptian city. I'm not sure if it's Cairo or not. That's the only one that really pops into my head at the moment. But there's this one Speedwagon member who ends up getting killed and decapitated, and Dio looks like he's waiting for Jotaro and his friends to arrive. Now, the thing that's really also interesting at the end of the episode is that they do like a quick recap of all of the people that they've fought against, and it's just a nice little reminder to show you how far they've come in the fact that if they took a plane, they would have been there in less than a day. It took them 30 days to get to frickin' Egypt, which means they really only have 20 days left to save Holly. Now, here's the other thing. At the very end of the episode, it looks like there's this other group of Speedwagon members who are coming on a helicopter right into Egypt, and there's this one other, like, I'm guessing stand user who's hanging out in the back, and they're completely covered by this blanket. And at the end of the episode, they only show you its eye. And maybe this is just me, but I was looking at it a couple times because I was trying to see if there was any hidden details I could find. But is that a dog under there? Because you can clearly see a dog-shaped nose and the muzzle. And it's pretty obvious that it's not like a human body that's under there. It's like real smushed down and everything. And I had to watch that scene like 5 times. I had to like keep going back and like, that's a fucking dog. Or a cat. Or some sort of animal person. Am I on the right track? Because I do not read the manga version. What I will say is, I love this episode. So what's the rundown on this week's episode of Stardust Crusaders? It was a really great season finale, and I'm a little disappointed by the fact that they're just not going to keep going, because originally I thought that's what they were going to be doing. However, if this is meaning that the quality of the next season is going to be just as good as the first, then I'm completely down with that. I mean, we're really only going on like a good, I think, 3-month break, so it's not going to be that bad at all. Plus, there's like a million other anime series right now we can watch. But still, this was a great season finale that featured a little bit of action. It featured some Jotaro action, which is great. Tons of Polnareff humor, great production value, and the creepiness from that High Priestess face in the bottom of the ocean. That's nightmare-inducing shit right there. I was sort of hoping maybe we'd get to see a little more from Dio, maybe get a little hint at what his stand abilities are. I mean, hell, they're not even showing what his eyeballs look like yet. He's constantly shrouded in just shadows all the time. And I'm not sure if it was him or if it was one of his goons who actually took out that one Speedwagon member. And they did the whole classic, like, the guy gets attacked, he sits there for a second, then there's the line of blood on his neck, and then his head just slowly slides off. Just really awesome stuff right there. Otherwise, technical stuff, like I said, the animation and the artwork, just like the rest of the series, is awesome. It has a lot of distinctiveness, and it has a lot of action, especially when Star Platinum was going crazy and it was just punching all of the teeth. That just looked really awesome, and you can just imagine how painful that was for Rose, the stand user. Otherwise, I am pumped for the next season because now that they're in Egypt, I can imagine things are not going to be as easy as they were before. Dio's just not going to sit back anymore because they're literally at his doorstep. And I'm really interested to see what's up with that weird little menacing dog-cat thing, whatever the hell that thing was that was hanging out in the helicopter. I'm sure that's going to be very important later on. Otherwise, I'm really excited. So, I want to hear what you guys thought about this episode and the entire season of Stardust Crusaders in general. Please tell me with your comments below, and please tell me what you want to see from the next season. If you guys haven't seen any of my old reviews, there's going to be a whole playlist of all of my reviews of the entire first season of the series, so make sure and check those out. Overall, this was a pretty good episode. It was not perfect. The only scene that I didn't really care for was when they did the whole recap of all the other stand users we fought against. I know who they are. I watched the episodes. You didn't have to remind me. This would have been a good time to maybe hype up something else a little bit more, but that is a little nitpicky on my part. But otherwise, this was still a really high-quality episode, just like the rest of the series. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Check it out, guys. Awesome stuff. Thank you guys for watching my review today. Before you leave, please hit that like button, and please tell me what you thought about the season finale of Stardust Crusaders. And make sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. That way you can check out all of our awesome videos. I just released my second Top 10 Pokemon video, my Top 10 favorite Generation 2 Pokemon. Check it out at the end of the video. You can also check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. There'll be links for all that stuff in the description box below.
Do you like Amazon.com? I know I do. Corey and I now have an Amazon link in our video description box below. And if you go to it and buy anything through Amazon.com, it will support our channel. So bookmark that link, make it happen, and support our channel without having to do a damn thing.
Another great way you guys can help support our channel is by donating directly through our PayPal link in the description box below. We recommend $2 a month, although this is completely optional. But the best way to go about this is by sneaking into your mom's room and taking $2. This way, she won't even notice. And we won't have to shake you up for all of your lunch money. So guys, that concludes this review today. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.